Welcome to Meditations for a Peaceful Mind. In today's meditation, we're going to contemplate what Venerable Geshe Kelsang says in the introduction to the oral instructions of Mahamudra, the second edition. So if you're new to meditation, my name is Gen Kelsang Chogden. We're recording from Kadampa Meditation Center, Maryland, and all of our teachings come from our fully qualified meditation master, our lineage holder, Venerable Geshe Kelsang Gyatso Rinpoche, who's in the picture behind me. So in this meditation, we're going to contemplate something that's incredibly important. So I'll read this now, and then I'll explain how to meditate, and then I'll also read this again during the meditation so that you can deeply contemplate the meaning of the words. So Venerable Geshe Kelsang says, this book, and actually all of his books, principally presents the practice of meditation through which we can develop and maintain a peaceful mind all the time. So he's not saying some of the time or occasionally. He's saying that through the practice of meditation, we can gain the power to change our mind such that it becomes peaceful all the time. He continues, if our mind is peaceful all the time, we will be happy all the time. That's going to be our object of meditation, to really take that into our heart and to create a determination to learn to meditate, or if you already know about meditation, to develop a daily, almost daily meditation practice. So you too can develop the capacity of your mind to remain peaceful all the time so that you will be happy all the time. He continues, so if we really wish for ourselves and others to be happy all the time, we must learn to practice meditation. That's a very important statement. And we'll use that as our final object of meditation. So why is he including others as well as ourselves? Because if we can maintain a peaceful mind and stay happy all the time, then we can keep our intention towards others beneficial. And we're creating lots of positive karma. And we can dedicate this positive karma so that everyone can learn to develop a peaceful mind so that they can be happy all the time. Plus, the most effective way of teaching others, helping others to get interested in meditating in such a way that you gain the power to develop a peaceful mind and thus to stay happy all the time. The best way is to be demonstrating this to others in our daily life. Most people have no clue about how to keep their mind peaceful all the time or how to stay happy all the time. So when they meet someone who can do this, they get quite curious about it. Everyone needs these teachings and this ability to developmental peace and therefore happiness. He continues, eventually, through practicing Mahamudra meditation, which is what this book is predominantly about, which is a very special method to attain permanent suffering, liberation from suffering in the state of full enlightenment very quickly. He says, eventually, through practicing Mahamudra meditation, we will be able to benefit each and every living being every day. There is no greater meaning than this. So how wonderful. We should rejoice in being able to even hear the teaching in this paragraph, because we can't develop the ability to benefit each and every living being unless we have a correct method for attaining permanent liberation from suffering in the state of full enlightenment for ourselves. Then we'll have the capacity to benefit each and every living being every day. Let's discuss how to meditate, because in Kadampa Buddhism, we meditate in a very specific way to gain control over our mind, to gain the power to be able to change our mind such that we can maintain a peaceful mind all the time and thus be happy all the time. So there are two types of meditation. There's analytical meditation or contemplative meditation, and then there's meditation that's called single-pointed concentration or placement meditation. There are 4 steps that we can remember to apply in our meditation to accomplish this. The first is seeking and finding our object of meditation. So our object of meditation is going to be to deeply contemplate if our mind is peaceful all the time. We will be happy all the time. And finally, so if we really wish for ourselves and others to be happy all the time, we must learn to practice meditation. So we want to develop that determination and hold it in the center of our attention for as long as possible. So we seek and find our object of meditation by contemplating this teaching. And then when we find our object of meditation, hopefully it becomes somewhat heartfelt rather than just intellectual knowledge. But even if it remains intellectual knowledge, we focus on it with all of our attention, ignoring everything else that's also appearing to our mind. We relax and allow our ability to focus on the object of meditation to bring it deeper into our heart as we remain focused on it for as long as possible. So if we find that we're thinking about something else, then the moment we notice, we simply release our attention from whatever we were thinking about, and we go back and seek and find again our object of meditation. Hold it in the center of our attention in a relaxed way, ignore everything else, and remain focused on it for as long as possible. Every time we do this, we're practicing, we're training our mind how to meditate correctly so that we can gain the power to develop a peaceful mind, so that we can be happy all the time. So find a comfortable meditation posture with your back straight. If you wish, you can place your hands in the traditional meditation posture of right hand on left and thumbs touching. Ideally, if you're meditating in a chair, have your back as straight as possible and your feet firmly planted on the floor unless you're sitting cross-legged in a chair. If you're on a meditation cushion, have your hips higher in the back than in the front, and any comfortable cross-legged position is fine. If you can get into half vajra, which is 1 foot on the opposite thigh, that's a very stable meditation posture, but you don't want to be bothered by pain during your meditation. So it has to be comfortable for you. We want our head balanced over our straight back, with our eyes looking comfortably down the bridge of our nose and being lightly closed, or if your eyelids are very stable, a little bit open, so that you stay more alert during meditation as a little bit of light comes through your eyes. And you want to place your tongue resting against the back of your upper teeth to keep your mouth moist during meditation. Now create a determination. I want to learn to meditate and try these steps of meditation so that I can learn how to develop a peaceful mind, and so that I can benefit myself and others through training my mind in this way. I'm going to follow the steps of meditation and not let my mind just wander or blank out. And with these determinations, using your imagination, try to place your awareness at your heart center, which is in the center of your body at the level of your heart, approximately here. And you'll be able to observe your thoughts from this location. And try to deeply contemplate the following as you seek and find the object of meditation. This book principally presents the practice of meditation through which we can develop and maintain a peaceful mind all the time. If our mind is peaceful all the time, we will be happy all the time. We'll deeply focus on this. We will be happy all the time if our mind is peaceful all the time. And the way to develop a peaceful mind is through the practice of meditation. To help your contemplation, you can think of your own experience. The experience of when your mind is happy, it is peaceful. When your mind is peaceful, it becomes happy. What we need is to gain the ability to increase our peace of mind for longer and longer periods. Which will result in our mind being happier for longer and longer periods. So we can ask ourselves, how are we going to accomplish this? And we can reach a conclusion. If we really wish for ourselves and others to be happy all the time, we must learn to practice meditation. Please focus on this as your object of meditation and hold it in the center of your attention, mixing your mind deeply with it so that it becomes more and more heartfelt. If we really wish for ourselves and others to be happy all the time, we must learn to practice meditation. we can dedicate so that we can gain a heartfelt understanding that if our mind is peaceful all the time, we will be happy all the time. So, if we really wish for ourselves and others to be happy all the time, we must learn to practice qualified meditation. Qualified means meditation that gives us the power to make changes in our mind that lead us to greater peace and happiness. And we dedicate so that we and every single living being will attain permanent liberation from suffering and lasting pure peace and happiness. In our meditation break, we should contemplate this deeply and use our determination to motivate us to actually develop a qualified meditation practice. Qualified in the sense of having correct objects that lead our mind to greater peace and therefore greater happiness, and eventually to being peaceful all the time and happy all the time, and to meditate in a qualified way so that we gain the power to accomplish this, following the steps of seeking, finding, holding, and remaining. So thank you very much for coming to Meditation for a Peaceful Mind. And as always, we are making prayers for you, your family, and everyone's health and safety.